Souls RNG, we play to find the coolest auras possible. But where there are amazing auras, there are terrible auras. So I decided to rank the top 10 worst auras in Souls RNG. This list was made based on looks, rarity, and disappointment level. But because the odds are only 1 in 2, it doesn't matter that much. But anyways, let's get to the list. The 5th rarest aura in the game. If this list was based purely on disappointment, Matrix would easily be number 1. For it being 1 in 50 million, it looks like it barely makes the 100k plus cut, with auras such as Bounded and Galaxy having way cooler effects than it. When you roll something rarer than Exotic Apex, you expect to join any lobby and everybody comes running to you like a celebrity. But nope, you look like everyone else in the server. Everyone knows if you see somebody with Matrix, they don't have it equipped because they actually like it, but because of the number they have above their head. If any developers are watching, on behalf of the people who have Matrix, please give it a rework. Some call this the most annoying aura in the game. When you first started the game, Precious was probably one of the first rare auras that you pulled. The first time you got it, it was cool. The second time, it's like, alright, I'm cooking. But the 50th time, your brain starts to melt. This is probably where you learned about aura filters, and as soon as you did, you turned on auto skip on Precious and haven't heard of them since. Worst looks, you can't be that disappointed because it's only 1 in 1000, but it still looks ugly. When was the last time you seen somebody in the server with Precious on? Definitely a long time ago. The first half of the Cursed Trio. On first look, Comet is actually not that bad. The effects look pretty unique with glowing eyes and white aura, so you might be wondering why it's on this list. One word, disappointment. You see, along with Star Scourge and Galaxy, is one of 3 auras that could only be obtained during the Starfall condition. Starfall is a rare biome with a spawn rate of 0.01. You could only get the Starfall biome by being extremely lucky or server hopping. Fans of Galaxy and Star Scourge wait a long time to get this biome, and then when it's finally time to use all your potions and maximize your luck, you get a Comet. That alone earns it a spot on this list. With a breakthrough value of 1 in 245,000, Permafrost is an aura that's not good on the eyes to look at for too long. When you look at Permafrost, you don't really think of snow. You just see a lot of blue spiky lines that surround it. Permafrost might just be one of the worst looking auras on this list, and it's pretty disappointing because they could have done a lot with the cool effects with snow. For example, they could have had a lot of snow or snowflakes surrounding them. No, we got Permafrost. Where do I start with this? Let me lay an example for you. Galaxy, Bounded, Undead Devil, and Exotic are all auras which are of a lower rarity than Lunar Full Moon, and that's just the regular version. The Lunar Full Moon Breakthrough has a rarity of 1 in 5 million. It's not used for any crafting, so there's literally zero purpose of having it in the game. Lunar Full Moon is a reskin of a 5000 rarity aura, and nobody knows why it exists. When a Celestial is rolled, you don't think one thing besides, let me put this into my heavenly potion recipe. If it wasn't for the fact it was used to make potions, Celestial probably would have been even higher on this list. To be honest, when I look at Celestial, I don't even know what I'm looking at. I see 2 bouncing space yo-yos behind the player. It doesn't even look like it's an aura because they're not touching the player. I would ask for a rework because it's an aura worth 1 in 350,000, but it's not even like we would use it anyways. It's just used for our potions and that's it. As it stands, Celestial will forever be used to get better auras and not be used on its own. The second third of the Cursed Trio. One of the worst jump scares you can get while playing the game is Rage Heated. When you see that red star, you finally think you're about to get a Star Scourge or Chromatic, but nope, it's your 500th Rage Heated. The worst thing about Rage Heated is that its jump scare is the worst, because no matter how many times it gets you, every time you see that red star, a little hope shimmers in you. And the fact that it's just a reskin of Rage makes the pain hit even more. Rage Heated will forever be an auto skip classic in Souls RNG. For all the reasons stated for Matrix, Virtual manages to have one major thing that puts it all the way near the top of the list. Not because it's more rare than these auras, but the fact that when you have Virtual equipped in daytime, the effects of it are barely visible. So about 50% of the time, when you have Virtual, you could barely even be seen with it. And the worst thing about it is that there's an accepted aura called Virtual Full Control, which seems to be an aura that fixes all the flaws the current Virtual has. Virtual is probably not getting a rework anytime soon, so if you have Virtual as your best, I feel for you. The final third of the cursed trio. Undead is like an uncle at the barbecue who shows up without an invite and eats all the food. For having a cross behind it is ironic because every single thing about this aura is cursed. The Undead jump scare leaves no hope for anything else because the green star is basically reserved for Undead. Every time you see it, you know it's back again, and you'll probably see it 100 more times today if you're lucky. And with that, the cursed trio of the list is complete, and only one aura stands above the rest as the worst in the game. For every bad reason I stated on this list, high rarity, check. Reskin, check. Looks awful, check. Aquatic Flame is definitely a filler aura because there's nothing that makes you look at the skin and say, yeah, that's fire. Through asking in servers, Discord, and in my YouTube comments, it was a unanimous agreement that Aquatic Flame is the worst aura in the game. If you agree or disagree with this list, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thanks.